Hey everyone, this is Monday and I didn't do a video yesterday and I have friendly hair today. I have alfalfa hair today. I've got a few things that I got from Amazon I want to show you, and we're going to be using some of them. And I wanted to come on and say hello, and we're going to be doing some kind of craft. It's going to be resin, but I'm not quite sure yet what. I just thought I'd take you along on my journey with me on how I decide on what I'm going to do. And I don't ever pre-plan, and it's all spontaneous, and I look at the stuff when I get it, and then it's like, and then I go over here. I'm looking over there. I go over there and I start looking at molds, and that's what happens. So I just thought I'd bring you along. So I'm going to turn this around. Boom. I do want to show you, because you remember when I showed you how horrible the top looked. Well, I didn't do a video yesterday, but I was down here cleaning yesterday, and I know nobody shows you the cleaning process of a craft, but it's all part of the process. Let me tell you, if you don't clean, I couldn't not clean. I can't have resin all over my equipment. That would drive me nuts. I can't. That is just me. You know, you do you, but I have to do me. See how nice that is? Yes. I changed the tiles out. I took all the tiles up, and I had to use a scraper, but I got them all up, and I got new ones on there. Oh, doesn't it look lovely? Yes, it does. And I found this, so I thought, well, I'll use this to protect it, because I'm telling you that 10-minute cure polyurethane resin really does a job. And now this is the thing I used to have up here all the time. That's my top shelf. When you see me reaching for something, it used to be on my top shelf. All these molds used to be on this thing. Those molds would fall down and cause chaos. So what I did is I took them off of here, and this is a wonderful little tray I can use now, but I took them off there, and I not only put them, I bagged them. That is all like little spears, bottles, birds and nest. Those are the little minis, which are the little plates and the bottles. And then crystals, and then skeleton heads, and they're all in little bags, unless they didn't fit in a grouping. But they're all in here securely. And these are all the small little molds that I use quite a bit, and they go right up there in between. And I cleaned this off too. I reorganized all this, so I know. I even found my little soap burnishing still. I call it still soap. I don't know what they're supposed to be called, but it's really good for burnishing clay. And I found that. And those are my little watercolor birds. And that's, and let me tell you, there's a story behind this. This is what got me cleaning. Other than the tile. I did the tile. These are my old ones. The brand new one that I just bought, I can't find these to it. I think they fell off of here, because this whole thing fell down when I was scraping the tiles, and my molds went everywhere. That's what made me do this. Well, I think the little things fell down, and I looked. I spent hours looking for those silly things, and then I went into my craft room. Now, this is the garage. This is not what I call the craft room. I went in my craft room and found the original ones. And thankfully, I did find them. So now I have 2 of the green holders, but just 1 pack of the little metal shapes. But I wanted to show you this. Oh, and this is what we're opening from Amazon today. But I also brought this up. This is my vacuum chamber. And I'm going to leave it there. And yes, I did bring this down to keep it from the metal. And that I got cleaned up just a little bit. I'm still cleaning, y'all. It's an ongoing process. And I got all these. That's the cactus. I got those done. And I still have a ways to go. But look at the molds. And I keep buying molds. I have 4 more IOD and redesign with Prima molds coming in today and tomorrow, and I'm really excited about. I got the new mold from Redesign with Prima called Bewitched, and it's a Halloween mold, and I'm not a real Halloweeny person, never have been. One year we gave out candy, but with the candy, I took and did scriptures and on little labels, and we put that on the back of the candy. That's just me. Now we have always taken our kids trick-or-treating. I have a lot of fun making the costumes for them. One year we didn't have any money, and I didn't know what in the world we were going to do for costumes. It was Ashley and Ben. And I got in there, this is no lie, I got in there with my sheets, and I found 2 sets of sheets, white, just solid white sheets, and I hand tore those things, and I put little strips and tied them all over sheets. They were the cutest, fluffiest ghost, and they both went for ghosts, and that was their Halloween costume. Didn't cost me anything but a bunch of time, and there wasn't a thread on there. It was just all hand tied, but it worked, and they were so happy, and they got so many compliments. And sometimes I think when you don't have any money, those are some of the most special memories. I know that I have so many special memories as a little girl, and we were broke. We were poor. We were beyond poor. We lived in a house that we had no heat, and we had just a little bitty heater, and we all slept in the same room, and we had a hot plate, and Mom cooked she would peel the potatoes one night, and we would eat potato skins before they ever became an appetizer, y'all. And then the next night we ate potatoes. We did. And my dad walked to work. He worked at the electric company. We lived in New Bern, out in the country, and his job was in Dyersburg, Tennessee. And he had to walk to catch the bus to get into, and I think he walked like 2 miles there and back to the bus station from where we were. And then I can remember on Fridays, our special treat, and I still today love, that's the best ice cream ever. He would bring, and I would meet him halfway and walk the rest of the way with him. And he would have a gallon of vanilla ice cream, a thing of Hershey syrup, and a thing of peanuts. And it was half melted when he got home, but it was the best ice cream treat that, to this day, it is still the best. And so you don't have to have money to make memories. And I don't know how I got down this rabbit hole, but okay. Oh, and I did redo this too. I took little bags and I put everything in little bags that was open and that had just a little bit. I didn't do that. I am going to do that. I'm trying to make, and see, those are all in little bags, and I'll put those in little bags too. And I think that is all I did. I need to redo this a little bit, I think. But yes, it is an ongoing process. Oh, I don't know if you ever saw that. See, I really cleaned that out. I know what I've got down there now, and that is all the resin and stuff that I have. Okay, I'm going to flip this over and we're going to get started. But I wanted to show you the progress. There we go. And I do have my Resiners air purifier on. It's been on. It pretty much stays on. It's on green most of the time unless I get alcohol out. Oh, I did find this. And I brought this out and refilled. I used every bit of alcohol that I had. But this is the one that you just... And it comes up. I hope. Ooh, ooh, yep, it comes up. And I thought I might be able to control that a little bit better. I do have a bottle for alcohol, but I thought I could control that a little bit better. So we'll see if that doesn't work. Okay, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to show you, and yes, I bought all this, but I bought this because I want to use it down here. The fact it's my favorite color does not hurt. Resiners has... Oh, my air fryer went out, y'all. When the grandbabies were here. No, it was when the grandbabies were here. They love chicken fries. Tyson chicken fries. And I buy them for them. In fact, I had to go to the store when they were here. And my two oldest grandbabies, they're not they're teenagers, but I still call them grandbabies. They went with me, and we got some ice cream and some chicken fries for them. But my air fryer went out, and so Ben helped me figure out the one that I had. It was a Dash, but they didn't make that anymore. I had to get one with the digital setting, which I don't like. I always like manual stuff, but you know, digital is the way it is now. So, but I was still able to get a new air fryer. I ordered it off Amazon. It's not going to come in until Thursday, but it's the same color. It's this color. I love this color, and that's what made me think of the air fryer story, y'all. But the fact that Resiners color is this, it's just one of my favorite colors. So I saw this. They had the matte, and I thought I need something. I don't want to have to replace the tiles again. And so I saw this, and this is not made. This is a foam. This is for like a desk. This is really not made for that. Oh, but this is wonderful. I'm excited. You know how when you see it on Amazon, you can't really tell about stuff until you get it. And a lot of us, you know, it's like, oh, once you get it and you don't like it, you really don't want to have to bother sending it back. I'm that way anyway. See, I love this because this has got the plain, and then it's got the same inside as the GS3. Look at this. And this is awesome to clean. This is almost like therapeutic. Well, it is for me. Look, see? Because the stuff gets inside, and then you just, oh, it's wonderful cleaning it, picking it out. But I got this because I can pour, when I'm pouring, especially the 10-minute cure polyurethane resin, when I pour that, I can use this side. And when I'm using the mixer and I've got the blades, if I want to just put them on here for the resin to drip, I can do that. Now I probably won't. I probably still put a paper cup because that keeps the resin, and I've gone back to use the drip resin off of there. But my tools I can lay on there. Everything can be laid on there. Then it can just dry, and then I can just peel it off. And so I thought, oh, this is wonderful. And then this is flat. So, and yes, I paid, this was $19.99. I did pay $9, but it is thick, it is sturdy, and it's got that. And you can do that, see? You can fold that up. If I didn't want that, if I wanted to just do something here, which I can't imagine why I would, but if I did, I could fold it up. It also has the little hangers for you to be able to hang it up somewhere for good storage. So this is my new silicone mat, and I hope it lasts for a long, long time. Okay. And I can still, actually I could put that there. Yes, I found this. I want to see if it's level, and it is. It's a good way of saying if your stuff is level. Okay. So the next item, this is not the only Resineer thing that I bought. Yeah, they don't always send me everything, y'all. And I don't know if I told you, but the UV lamp that I did the review on, the last one, the cordless UV lamp, that it is one powerful super duper UV lamp, okay? It is, I think, $45.99 right now. Okay, what is this? Okay, this is, I wanted to share this with you. I have never used any of Resiners Epoxy Resin. Now, this is something new that they've just come out with, and I wanted to share that with you, and we'll go over that in a minute. I also wanted to share this with you. Now, I didn't know these existed. And I was watching a what do you call those? Stories. I guess they're called stories on Facebook. Or reels. I don't know. And somebody was doing alcohol ink. And of course, I don't know if some of you will remember. I used to do alcohol ink years ago. Years and years and years ago. It wasn't in resin. I didn't even do resin then. I did the actual abstract alcohol ink art. And I did on Yupo paper and ceramic tiles. Well, one clicked on when I was scrolling through, and she used what she called clay boards. And so I went to look to see what clay boards were. These are 5x7s. I do plan on doing these, putting them in a frame and selling them. Now, 3 of these were $11 for 3 of them. So that means they're basically $3 and $3.50 would be $7, $10.50. So about $3.67 a piece, just for the boards. But that's okay, because I plan on selling them for about $20 a piece with the frames, which I'm not making a whole lot, but I'm still making something. And it gives me an outlet, and I love doing it. And so this will be a video at some point, and it will be where I'm showing you how I do the abstract alcohol ink art on clay boards. I've never used clay boards, so it will be something new for me too. Okay, and then we've got this big box, which I am not going to try to get over there, but I am going to open. Oh, see what I found? That's what happens when I clean. I find the little things that I lost, and Minecrafter sent these with their stuff. Oh, and y'all are going to be excited. I got more stuff coming in from Amazon. I'm changing things up a little bit. I'm trying to experiment and find new products. You know, everybody knows everything about Resiners, which Resiners is a great product. Everybody knows Let's Resin. Everybody knows Nick Pro, T-Expert. Bondcrafter is a newbie, but they're coming in fast and strong. Naked Fusion is another one a lot of people know about. Well, there's a one called Promise, which is made in the USA. It is food safe. It is supposed to be no VOCs. It is supposed to be one of the safest and best resins out there. Well, they have a 1-hour curing, and I've ordered it, and as soon as it gets here, we're going to be trying that. I'm also changing my Let's Resin 10-minute cure polyurethane resin out. I found a cheaper way of doing it. Illuminite makes a thing called oh poop, what is it called? Hold on a minute, I don't want to tell you wrong. Boy, somebody is up above me making a bunch of noise. I'm looking at my phone. Burger King has, if you're into Burger King, it just popped up in my thing. And if you put their app on their phone, you can get a free Whopper once a month, which is a really good deal. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm having to go and look at my orders. Yeah, I got a big order coming in tomorrow and the next day. Oh, I also got new varnish coming in. I used it before, and it's been a while since I've used it, but I found it again, so okay, this is arriving Wednesday. Okay, it is by Illuminite, which I really like the company, and it's a US company, okay? I use a lot of their colorant. Well, it's called Illuminite Amazing Casting Resin White, and it's just like the 10-minute cure polyurethane. It cures and turns white in 10 minutes. But you see, You see those 2 jugs? That's 2 gallons. 2 gallons. And this is going to be so much easier. And it's going to save me, like, the Let's Resin 10-minute cure polyurethane resin is costing me $40 for 60 ounces. This is costing me, I got 10% off, so it cost me $124 for 2 gallons. So I'm saving almost $50 by doing it this way. And the way that I go through that, because I had the other, they were sending it to me every month. Every 4 weeks I would get the $40 60-ounce one. And sometimes I would run out and I would have to order an extra one. So this is a way to save money, and so many people use this product, so that's what it is. I'll show you what it is. That is it. So I am switching to that from the Let's Resin 10-minute cure polyurethane. And they do have it in the smaller. By the way, you don't have to buy the 2-gallon jugs. I just decided to do the bulk because I use it all the time. And it costs more at first, but ultimately you're saving money. Okay, and then this, yeah, I know what this is. And I needed this. This came right in time. Just to let you know, these little things are great for opening up boxes too. Well, it was. Okay, this is just, am I opening it backwards? I did. I opened it upside down. I got 4 bottles. And it was cheaper to buy 4 than to buy just 1. And I'm hoping those 4 bottles will last me a long, long time. I'm stomping on the cardboard. Dan will take and recycle the cardboard. And this is what I do get from Amazon. This doesn't feel full to me though. Let's just see how. Oh wow. It's down to here. You can see it. This bottle. Okay. You can't see it with the... Yeah, it's right there. That's how full it is, right there. You want to test and see if it's truly 32 ounces? Oh, this would stink, though. The bottle is going to weigh something. And I threw away my empty bottle. If I hadn't thrown away my empty bottle, I would have been able to do this. Well, let's just see what it weighs. In ounces. Wow, guys. With the bottle, it's 27.28 ounces with the bottle. with the bottle. It's 27.28 ounces. Did you check the mail for me? I got molds coming in.
Yeah, you got them all.
Oh, will you bring them down here?
Yes.
Thank you.
Don't forget the floss.
I won't. Okay, let's check them all out. 27.18. 27.25. 27.20. 5 ounces per bottle short. 5, 10, 15, 20 ounces short. Wow. And that's including the bottle. Yeah, I'm taking a picture. And I am going to contact Amazon. Because this stuff is not cheap. It just felt off to me. Okay, it shows. There's that one. 27.28. Okay, 27.28. These bottles are supposed to be 32 fluid ounces with the bottle, not just the liquid, with the bottle. They're registering 27.16 ounces. Almost 5 ounces short per bottle, which means almost 20 ounces short. Okay, sorry. Yep. I'm going to send the video to Amazon, and I'll probably post the video so people know. If it was just like a half an ounce or something, you know, that would be different. I would say that could be from oh, what's that word? Where it evaporates, yes. But almost 5 ounces per bottle, no. Okay, and then I want to share with you. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Ashley just brought it down to me. These are the new molds. Ah, let's see. This I appreciate. This is from Blue Star at Home. This is her Etsy store. And I will do this every time because they... BlueStarAtHome.com. They're out of Texas. This is where I ordered this. And then they have different tutorials. And she wrote, see, that's all it takes for me to appreciate. That's all it takes. Beth, thank you. Have fun using your wonderful molds. They're awesome molds, I think. That's all it takes. Just to thank you. That, of course, I won't. Oh no. I have done something. I can't open my drawer. Something went up underneath. Oh. Okay. I got it fixed. Yeah, I actually cleaned this drawer out too. Okay, these are the two molds that I got. These are both Iron Orchid Design, or IOD. And yes, this was the Santa Claus one. I didn't get it, and I thought, oh, you want that Santa Claus one. You don't know if it's going to be ever available again. They retire the remotes so quickly. And some of the retired ones are going for over $100. Because if people want them and they can't get them, and they buy them from whoever's got them. This is, no, I would never pay $100 for a mold, just to clarify that. This is the Santa Claus one. What was that noise? Y'all heard that, right? That just tell you how much. It takes 230 grams for the Santa Claus. That's quite a deep Santa Claus. And then this one, I've wanted for a long time. I kept putting it off and putting it off, and I finally just, it was like, yep. And this is called the Conservatory labels, I think. Yes, Conservatory labels. See, I knew that because I had wanted that for a long, long time. Now we are going to do this with the 10-minute cure polyurethane resin, but then we're also going to do this with regular resin. I want to see what the difference is. And the same thing with that, I think. Okay. But we have something else here. Now, John, my son-in-law, Ashley's husband, and Ashley too, they love rock hunting. Ashley's always loved it. Now, John and them, they've been walking at a park up here in Clarksville, and he's found a couple of fossils. But this one is just really cool looking. And do you see the sparkle? Can you see the sparkle in there? Well, we're going to make a mold out of it with the J. Diction brush-on mold stuff. I want to see if that sparkle comes through. And I know, it's just a fossil. And you're probably saying, what in the world would you do with that fossil? I don't know, but I think it would be so cool to have a mold with that. Look at, I mean, it's just so organic. And I don't know. I've got spears coming. I could do, I could make this, and then I could put it inside of the spear. Like that. There's just, I'm going to make a mold out of it. And we're going to do that. Okay. Now, this. Now, some of y'all are probably going to think, why? But then some of y'all are really going to appreciate this, okay? For new beginners, resin can be really intimidating. It can be. Ask me how I know. We were all beginners with resin at some point. And I wouldn't even use epoxy resin at first. Y'all kept asking me, Beth, do you resin? Beth, do you resin? It's like, nope, don't want any part of resin. And then I found the 10-minute cure polyurethane resin. And then after that, it was history. But I was still, it really, really intimidated me. I wasn't sure about the chemicals. I wasn't sure about the mixing. I wasn't sure about anything. So Resiners has come out with something, and now this is not a review, okay? They didn't send this to me. I bought this, but I did this for y'all. If you're a beginner in resin, and if you're unsure about measuring, or if you're afraid you're not going to get it measured right, if you're not, that, and the fact that I have never used Resiners Epoxy Resin. I didn't know they had it. This is the only epoxy resin I could find. And I want to try their resin. And y'all know me, if I don't like it, I'm going to tell you, nope, the resin's not any good, guys. I'm not afraid to do that. I did contact the thermal printer people that wanted me to do a review, but they wanted me to do a review on their 203 DPI machines. And so I kindly, very nicely said thank you, but no thanks. I was not interested in the 203 DPI thermal printers. I wanted a 300, and I will eventually buy my own 300 printer that I can do tattoo printings or anything else, because there are projects I want to show you that you can do with those. But I'm not going to just get something for free just for getting it free. It doesn't benefit me or you. I've got a 203 DPI printer, thermal printer, that I use for my labels. I've had it for 6 years. If I was going to buy another thermal printer and pay the same price, I would go for the same company that I have right now, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember what it is. And they were one of the first ones that came out with a thermal printer, but now of course they're all over the place. Okay, Resiners came up with, this is a kit. It has pippets. I know they're pipettes, but I call them pippets. That's my prerogative. And which I really don't use these much, but they come with that. And they come with this. Now, for all of y'all that have ever used these, is it just me? This is so flimsy. I can't see ever using this. Now, this is not as flimsy, so I could see maybe using that part. Have y'all ever used this? Am I looking at this all wrong? Is there a way of using it that... I don't know. Let me know if you've ever used one of these. What do you use it for? Now, this point is not as flimsy. It's more, there's more substance to that. This is just like boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I mean, if you go to, there's no way you can mix with this. So I'm not sure about that, but it comes with that. Oh, these are funnels. Okay, but why funnels if you can't get UV resin? I mean, if you can't get epoxy resin from them. See, I did not see where they have resin. But anyway, what you've got is you got epoxy B. You should have 3 of each. Epoxy A. You mix the two. You don't, there's no measuring. You just mix the whole bottle. Boop. Well, you don't have to. You can mix half the bottle. There's 100 ml in each, so there's 200 ml. You can mix up 200 ml. Just pour both bottles. And if you only needed 50, then the measuring is right there on the side. You would pour it out to 50. But that is what you got. A and B. A and B. Now you could get your own bottles and do it yourself. You could, if you wanted to. I wanted to try out the Resiners Epoxy. And at the same time, I thought this is really cool for a beginner. Now, I do believe that this is $20 something. And it is sort of high for, let's see, 600 ml of epoxy resin. But you can reuse those bottles. You better believe I'm going to be reusing those bottles. You do get the funnels, so you can refill the bottles. That's what these funnels are for. So maybe they're fixing to come out with bigger bottles of epoxy resin. Or maybe I'm just missing it and they already have it and I just don't know what to look for. Let me take these out because I do use the popsicle sticks. And I will put popsicle sticks. Yes, I do use popsicle sticks. And you get 2 of these. We'll try to use them today. We'll see. It may just be me. Okay, I can throw all this away, right? Okay, one thing Resiners, and I don't know if they're watching. There's no instruction booklet. There should always be an instruction booklet if you're dealing with epoxy. And there is nothing. There is no instruction booklet. That's a no-no for me, Resiners. There is no instruction anywhere on the box or in the box. That's a big no for me. Y'all don't buy this. Not if you're a beginner. Please don't, because there's no instruction in the box. None. It has a warning for suffocation for the plastic bag. Maybe they just left it out of this one. But Resiners, and I will do, I will tag you in this so you can you've got to have instructions for people. No, I'm disappointed. Pooh hiss. I hate that, but I am most definitely disappointed. Always instructions with epoxy resin. That's a given. So I hope maybe I just got a fluke box that doesn't have it. But would I recommend it? Even if the resin is awesome, no, I wouldn't, because there's no instructions. And there always has to be instructions for beginners in a box. And this is who's going to be buying your stuff, Resiners, is beginners. I don't know. I'm disappointed. Okay, we are still going to use it because I want to try the resin. Who is? Come on, guys. Why? Okay. Let's see. How much does the Santa take? 153 mil for the Santa. That would be 200. Okay. Okay. So we are going to do this with mica powders with resin. And I am going to, you know, one thing I cannot find is a true red in mica powders. I don't. I have so many mica powders. Oh wait, eye candy might have a true red. I would think eye candy would most definitely have a true red. Let me pull my eye candy. Which doesn't mean that they still don't have a true red. I may just not have it. And I don't. I do not have a true red with eye candy. Oh, that's sad. Because eye candy's got the best pigment out there. Okay, let me look. Oh wait, I found some more eye candy. Let me see. This is how I get my craft room all messed up, just by throwing stuff everywhere. No, that's purple. I do not have a red in here. Nope. No red. Okay. Resiners has got a bright red. Skin tone. Whoa. That's an iffy. And I'm looking. Sorts of mica powders. I have J Diction. I have J Diction. I'm looking through to see if J Diction's got some. That might work. maybe with a little bit of white. Okay, I got the red. I got the white for the fur and his beard. We need green for the holly. That needs to be sagey green. That color green. Okay. So, if I'm going to mix up hold on a minute. This is one of the first jars I ever made with the 10-minute cure polyurethane resin, and I use it all the time. Never did put a top on it, because that's the top of it, top of the mold. And that was in my craft room. I know, I'll say, this is your craft room. Well, yeah. This is more organized than the other one right now. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Because I need to clean this out, but I did not want to have to soak it. Oh, that worked so well. And alcohol evaporates so quickly. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to mix some together. But just mixing it is not going, and I'm going to do this because I don't need it on there. And I'm going to mix a little bit of this because that way I can keep it and have a skin tone color if this works. I got some pink. Just a touch. Oh, this isn't even open yet. Just a touch. Now that was J. Diction Golden Pink. This is Resiners Copper. And I don't want a whole lot of this. And then this is Hippie Crafter Silk White. Okay. Now I do want this to blend together. If I just stir this up, then, and I probably should have put it in the bigger one. Pooh hiss. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the bigger one. I put too much in there. I think I put way too much pink. I want the colors to be one, not just some mixed together, because if you don't do this, then you'll see parts of it, the pink, part of it the brown, the copper, part of it the white. This way, and I don't know if you can see, and I'm going to do this. I want to, I put way too much pink. I just need a little for this. I can do this later. Okay. That's still way too much. I'm wiping this off. Okay. Oh, this is okay. A rosy color. That could be a skin color but I'm putting a little bit more white in. And this won't go to waste. I will keep this in a little container. So if I need skin color, I plan on doing the Santa Claus quite a bit. So okay. And I'm looking for my little bag that has little blue bottles. I know I put them over here somewhere. Yep, I'm over here, y'all, looking for something. Always looking for something, it seems like. I can't find it. Oh, that's squeaky. Oh my word. That's driving me bonkers. Yeah, you do what you have to do. It's still a little bit too pink for my liking, but because this is Santa Claus, we're going to make it work. Does that look like skin tone to you? Okay, and these are just the makeup pads you can get at the Dollar Tree. You know, the big old packs of them. And these work really well for cleanup. Just a little bit of alcohol. And actually, it's not even going, it's not making the Resiners air purifier change either, because it's just a little bit of alcohol versus, you know, the wipes that are saturated in it, or the spray, or the, and I collect these, the mortar and pestle. I have a bunch of them. Okay, all I've got are these little bitty, and I don't want to waste this, but this is a bunch. I'm going to just put it in this. And yes, you can mix your own colors of mica up this way too, y'all. Oh, and I want to clarify something that I heard, because I don't like misinformation going out there. And of course, I know everybody has their own opinion, and that's fine, but opinions and facts are two different things. Silicone molds are made to withstand high heat. High heat, that's what silicone does. It withstands high heat. You can bake in silicone molds. So when you're using a craft heat gun or a blow dryer to blow bubbles out of a mold, you're not damaging your mold at all. You're not going above. A silicone mold can withstand, I believe it's 400-degree heat. You can bake it. I know I bake them all the time in 300 without ever having an issue. So when you take a craft heat gun like this, it's a craft one. It's not a professional one. Now the professional, you know, the ones that you use to strip wallpaper paste, those might be a little bit too hot. But a craft heat gun or a blow dryer, and you do this to get the bubbles out, you are not, and this is a fact, this is not my opinion, you are not going to damage that silicone mold. Silicone is made to retain its for heat. That's why you use silicone for molds, because the resin gets hot, very, very hot. So when I hear somebody say, and I don't even know where I heard that, and I thought to myself, oh, I need to let her know what she's saying is so wrong. But it's not my place. But it is my place to make sure that you, as my friends and follower here on YouTube, know the facts. And the fact is, silicone is made for heat. Resin gets really, really hot. You cannot damage your mold by using a craft heat gun or a blow dryer to blow bubbles out of your mold. That is a wrong statement. It does not. It does not. Okay. I hope I clarified that. It just bothers me when people, and maybe they don't know themselves. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, it's very easy to look up the fact that silicone mold is made to withstand heat. That's the whole purpose, and that's the reason why we use silicone in molds, because it would withstand, what's the word? It, not withstands, the heat doesn't bother it. In simple terminology, it's made because the heat does not bother the material. Okay. Alcohol is far worse than heat for silicone molds, if you want to know the truth. Don't clean your molds with alcohol. No, that will deteriorate your silicone molds. But using a heat gun or a blow dryer will not damage it. Okay. Best way to clean a silicone mold out is with Dawn dish soap and warm water. And I say Dawn because Dawn is, some dish soaps have a lot more crap in them. Not that I'm doing a review for Dawn dish soap either. Oh, this is a crazy Monday. Monday. Oh, there's a song. What is that song? Oh, that's going to be stuck in my head now. And I know that's a waste. And these are wonderful. And my air purifier has not gone off yet. Oh, this is wonderful. Yes. This is so nice. Okay. So this is all the prep in order to get ready to pour a mold. It's not like magic. Poof! There's always prep. That's clay that I put up there and I forgot that I had up there. Okay, and we can put that. I need that for the white though. Okay. Now that I'm going to use a wipey to get off. And you do want to make sure your hands are clean, because when you're doing this, you could get that on areas of the mold that you don't want it on. Okay, because I'm going to be I'm going to be doing this in the 10-minute cure first, aren't I? Okay. Or do I just want to do it with resin? No, I just want to do this with resin. It's early enough. Okay, so I'm going to move that over here. Yeah, and the other I'm going to do in the 10-minute cure. Okay. So, I'm going to put the I'm going to put the white down first. Okay. Yeah, now see how it pops everywhere when you don't use the. That's why I like to use this first and then go back over, because it keeps it cleaner. Good thing is the white up there is not going to hurt anyway, because I'm putting white up there too. But I don't want there to be white in the skin. Wish I had a really stiff brush. Oh wait, that might work. Oh, that does work. Okay. Yeah, some of y'all had asked if you could use these IOD molds with resin, because you see a lot of them using it with clay. And they work well with clay, but yes, you can use resin with them too. Okay. I see one little. Okay. And this is really, really deep. And so I'm trying to get the majority of it on instead of using that brush just to put it on. I think I'm making it a little bit cleaner. I don't know. I could just be telling myself that it is. Okay, I'm going to get my mask on. I'm putting that on. Because that mica powder is floating up. Okay. So let's do the skin color. Not worried about the eyes. Okay, now we're working with a gray mold. So everything's going to appear a little bit darker. All that for that little bitty area, but that's okay. And let's get the red. Oh no. Okay, and now I'm going to use red again, but I'm going to go down with one of these purple tools. And grab it for the berries. Okay. We're done with the red. Okay, we're going to go with the grain. That is a pretty grain right there. And I am going to get another, oh, I don't know, that might work. That's a pretty grain. I should have had holly up there. That would have looked really cool on the hat. Okay. Just making sure that I don't have okay, I'm taking it and getting the excess off. Okay. So I think that is ready to go. Okay. So let me get So I have 200 mils. So that will take 153, and those are 6, 7, so 160. So I'm still going to have 40 mil left over. So let me find something else. Oh, that needs to be cleaned. And I'm using a baby wipe. That's not going to take 40 mil either, but okay, let's see what else. Surely these are the Into Resin molds. I've had them for a long time. Okay. Now, I'm looking for a bigger cup. To pour it in. Okay. But then we're going to put some of it. Oh, these are stuck together. These have been used. I didn't use them. Oh wow, this is wild. Okay. So here we go. Epoxy A and Epoxy B. This is Resiners. We are not going to throw these bottles away. Okay, I'm going to turn these over in the little cup for them to drain out. And then this is B. This is real low viscosity, which means it's real thin. Okay. And I am going to put this, I'm going to move this over here. And we're going to mix. I'm trying to decide what color I want to put, because I don't think I want I think I'm going to do it all white. I think I'm going to do it white. So let's get the two expert white. Or maybe I should do it red. But I'm afraid the red will come out on the beard. Okay. And then on these two, we're going to just use, I think I'm going to use a little bit of green alcohol ink on the color. Green and blue. I'm going to make sure that I mix it 5 minutes, y'all. Even though this does not come with instructions, which, again, I'm going to say, Resiners, I'm disappointed in you. Any epoxy should come with instructions. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. And my Resiners air purifier It's not come on for the first time yet today. Okay. Wow, guys, I don't see any bubbles in this. Okay. I'm pouring in 160. There's the bubbles. There's bubbles. Okay, let's just use the Resiners bubble machine. It's up here, it's ready to go. I'm not going to use the vacuum chamber on this one. I do have to sort of check on it though. Make sure that it does not go over. For some reason I don't have a silicone pad in the bottom of that, which is crazy. bubbles up. It's got 3 minutes and 20 seconds. If it starts going over, then I'll undo the vacuum thing. Well, I'm not going to stand there and look at that thing for 3 minutes. I can go ahead and do this one. I don't think I have enough left. Let's see. I got right at 50 mil. Bubbling at all? Got 1 minute left, y'all. Okay, 35 seconds. It didn't raise up. Now there are big bubbles on the top, but it didn't go way up in the cup. Okay, 3, 2, 1, boop. Okay. Let's get it out and see what it looks like. There are a few bubbles in the top, but oh boy. Okay, I'm spraying the alcohol. Okay, I'm going to pour this I know. It's supposed to be the Santa Claus, but this doesn't look like there's any bubbles whatsoever. If I have to make more, then I'll make more for the Santa. I'm not worried about the Santa. Okay, and I am going to take a little bitty bottle. Now a little bitty cup. I'm going to take a little bit of pigment paste. Not a lot. See? But I'm going to squirt some alcohol in it. Well, let's use these things. Let's see if it mixes. I know it's not going to. No, never mind. I'm going to add it to okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the other to this, even though it was bubble free and the other was. That's the reason why I went ahead and used. I'm not as concerned about this one being bubble free. Most of the bubbles are out of it. I think I am going to put a little bit of sparkle in here, just to make it festive. How about that? There's not much in there. Oh, I had plenty. Plenty. In fact, I have too much over there, and I am going to get it off. This one looks like it's going to be a long video, too. Oh, wait. This may be when that comes in handy. That's when the pivots come in handy. Okay, cool. I love these ridges on these molds. So I used 200 mil, and I know that because they were pre-bottled, 100 mil each of A and B. Okay, and now we are going to put this over here. Oh, no, I got one more thing I want to do. Okay. Okay. Now let's lift this up and let me get the little bit of resin that's left. Okay. Once again, I'm going to do that, and we are going to set it over here and put it to cure. Okay. We're going to set it. Okay. Now we are going to use this pigment polyurethane resin. Oh, my jar. There it goes. Okay. So, set that over there to dry. We're going to get the other mold. I'm going to decide if I want to do this all in black or if I want to do it in gold or copper or different colors. And I think we're going to do different colors. Let's see what I've got. Okay. Is that black? I don't want black. I think that's black. Yeah, I want to try a green one. I really like that color. This is the new Let's Resin chrome powders that I'm using here. And I am going to use the brush right here. And I actually I found the new one of these that Rose sent me. I had to get it out of the package. Brand new, so the other one was just totally ruined. Okay. Ooh wee. Yeah, I'm thinking if I do this with the green and then put gold as the accent, this would be really pretty. But I am burnishing it in really good. Then I am going to flip it just to make sure it's all out. Let me get a wipey. I don't want it's getting everywhere. Okay, my other didn't do this, so boy, that flew everywhere. I gotta get tape. I don't like the way that chrome powder did. I mean, it went everywhere. Over the whole mold. Tape's not even getting it up. What? Okay, we're going to go with these. See, this is not blowing everywhere. I mean, it's getting over a little bit, but it didn't go through the whole mold. You know, I like that color actually a lot. Go with the silver. There's a little bit right there. What is the deal? Am I putting it? Oh, it's on my hands. Ugh. Yeah, it was like, it wasn't there. It is now. Okay, well, I'll be using that on that one. I'm going to go with silver on this. Remember when I said make sure your hands are clean because yeah. And I am putting a little bit more. Okay. Oh, it's the same color. Okay, I don't care, because I like that color. Oh, that's not the same color, actually. Okay. Well, let's see with this color. This color says copper. I'll do it down at this end. Maybe it won't blow up. This is again, whew, this is the Let's Resin. This is pretty, but it's more glittery than that stuff. This is more, yeah, the Let's Resin Chrome has got more glitter in it. This looks more metallic. That does not have glitter flakes in it at all. The Let's Resin does. And I don't know, in some things it would be okay, but in other things I wouldn't want to use it because of that. Okay, I'm trying to get it off my finger so that doesn't happen again. Okay, let me get that And what's the next one? Bronze. Okay, let's see what the Let's Resin Bronze looks like. If I can get it open. What I just used was the copper. They're calling this bronze. I like this color too. I don't know what to do that one in. That one I want to do, I think, in that color. I just really like this color. Those are quite pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to do another green. Now, see, this blows. But I think it's just the grain. That's really weird. Okay, and I guess we'll do one more silver. Even though silver, I think, is my least favorite, which is odd, because silver is what I always choose for jewelry. So should we try black? Let's try black. Okay. Okay. I can't wait to get my new 2-minute cure polyurethane resin in to show y'all. Okay, I'm going to put that back up there. And we're going to set this over here. And now I'm going to get 2. Well, I'm going to get more than 2. Y'all know how I do my Okay. So, right now this is what I'm using. The Let's Resin Polyurethane. I'll wait. I know I'm going to need more, but I'll wait. Okay. And I'm not going to fill them up as much. Ah, perfect. Okay. Okay. And now we just wait for that to cure. But I think what I'm going to do is just pause the video and come back when it's all cured. And I love this mat. My station has been kept clean. It's just, I love everything about it. Okay, I'm going to take my mask off. Woo! And I am going to, my resin here's air purifier is still green, y'all. Okay. You can see it turning white though. I love this part. When you can actually see it turning white. Let me bring it down a little bit. See where it's starting to turn white? Right there, you can see where it's turning white. That is so cool to watch it. Okay, I will be back. Hopefully, y'all know too, with this right here, if I don't come back for some reason, you know it's because my camera went wonky, and I do apologize if that happens, but I'll still put the video up, and I'll just show you the results in the thumbnail, which I hate doing, but you know, you have to do what you have to do. But hopefully the next time you see me, it will be saying, woo, okay, everything's fine, and it's cured, and now we're going to demold. Alright. Okay, we are back. There's 2 minutes left on the Resiners curing machine. So we're going to go ahead and start with these. Okay, and we're going to see if we can't get that off of there. I need to get more of those. Okay, and I'm doing this because it's easier I think it's easier to clean this while the molds are in, because wherever the resin is, it shouldn't need to be cleaned. Okay, so let's start with this one. Oh, these are so pretty. Now they're not shiny, but that's okay. Those are really, really pretty. Look at what it did there. That's a little odd, huh? Now that's the Let's Resin Chrome powders. That's the same one right there. Okay, that one did not do that. I wonder why that did that. Huh. That was the black one. Oh, I like that. And look, you see how it looks cracked? That's part of the mold, y'all. Oh, I absolutely love these. They're made to look old. Okay, here again, this is the Let's Resin Chrome powders. It's doing the same thing. And this is the Let's Resin Chrome powders. It did the same thing, y'all. What is up with the white specks with the chrome powders? Didn't get any white specks on all the other ones, but it didn't do it on this one. Well, actually, yes it did. There's white. That's weird. I don't know. Okay. It's in the cool down. Well, let's just, I don't know why it did that. Okay. Let's try the gold like I thought I would like on there. And I'm going to use a pair of these gloves. I'm just going to use one, just so I don't get it on my finger. Okay, and we're going to try the gold leaf. Okay. And that looks really cool. Okay. Now we're going to try a different color gold. Or maybe we'll use a copper. We'll use a copper on this one. They look different when you buff them out too, because it becomes shinier. And I like that too, but I prefer the gold. Okay. And we're going to try the same one on this one. Now this is the Into Resin chrome powder one. And I'm using Spanish copper on top of what I think is the Into Resin copper chrome powder. And we'll go back and puff those out in a few minutes. Now, trying to get that off because I want to get that's pretty cool right there. I think so far this is my favorite one. Although I do like the green one. But that just looks so old. Now you could add just a touch of this to give it sort of a patina look. I don't know if you can see that, but it doesn't take much. And that's really cool too. And you can do the same thing with this one. Okay. Now let's see. I want a brush that I can get down in. Instead of trying to get it on top, I'm trying to get it in, and then I will wipe it off. This is almost like the reverse. I'm getting it on my finger over here too. That is really cool right there. Oh, I love the way that looks. You can even see the little, I love this mold. Look at oh, they look so old. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And you got to use a brush to get it down in. And this is like rub and buff, and it's an oil base. It is not a water base. And you don't have to seal this. Once it's on here, once it's dry, you buff it. It actually turns shiny, but it's sealed. You do not have to seal it. This is really, really detailed, y'all, so it takes a little bit longer. Because I've got to get down in all the areas. Okay. With my hand. Now I am going to get an alcohol wipe out for this because I've got to clean my hand off. Get that off of, because if I let it sit down there, I'll have a black hand. And the fan that you hear, it's not the Resiners air purifier. It is the Resiners G3 curing machine. Oh, this is lovely right here. You can take as little or as much off as you want. want more of it showing in the center, then you can do that where it's, oh, that is just lovely. Oh. And next time I would do this in black where the back were black. It doesn't really matter because these are going to go on something anyway. But oh, that's incredible. I love this mold. And I knew that I would. Okay, so we've got these to go. Okay, let's try this one. No, I don't really like that. I mean, it would work, but it's just real subtle. But if I did this, okay, and then let's try some gold on top of that. Oh, I got a gnat flying around. Okay, that's not too bad. It totally changed it up a lot. And then you could highlight and just put different colors on the little nail heads right there too. Okay. So we have, how many more left? Move these over here to get them out of the way because these are done for right now. They need to dry and then we can buff them. Those I'm just going to wait. I'm not sure. And I will just have those when I need them, and then I can add whatever color is the best to them. And I'm going to take this glove off, and I am going to wipe my hands off because I don't want this getting all over the molds that I'm fixing to take out of there, because we did the cool down and that was 20 minutes. That's why I went ahead and did this. Well, it was cooling down. Okay. And I bought these on Amazon a long time ago, and they last forever. And I don't know if you can even get them or not. But I can look if y'all are interested in seeing. It was a whole set of these I bought together. And then with this right here, what I will do, I've got alcohol in this bottle. I'm not going to do it right here. I'm going to do it over my garbage can. Because this is what I had the rub and buff, the black rub and buff. And if you do it before it dries out, then you're fine. And you can do it this way. If you don't do it as soon as you get through using it, then you might as well throw it away. Because I've even tried the Murphy oil soap method on this stuff. Now it does work on dried paint, but it does not work with the rub and buff, and I don't know what the difference is. And then this is an alcohol wipe, and I do try to, I'll show you. To make sure that you're getting down in. Now since I pull these alcohol wipes out, now my Resiners machine is with that, and I sprayed alcohol. But I sprayed it over the garbage can, which is over next to the wall, so. But this is how I get, and I'm showing this to you in case you are curious. That's how I get that out of there, and I will be able to use it next time. Okay. I hope I got it all off my fingers. This is hard to get out of the mold. Now, it was in here for 2 hours. And this is the Resiners Epoxy, which I have never used before. Nope, I didn't get it all. No. Is it all going to come out this time? Nope. It's hard to get the whole thing out at once without it breaking. It is a gorgeous mold, though. Into Resin has gorgeous molds. There's no denying that. That's the Resiners. And I did run it through the bubble machine. But y'all, wow. There are a couple of bubbles. Of course, you can get a couple of bubbles pouring it. But boy, that's pretty clear. Okay, then I used alcohol ink on this one. You can't really see. I was hoping to be able to see this through here. But I think it's because of the way the mold is made. It's still very, very pretty. Okay, and then now here's the biggie. This is the first time I've used an IOD with resin. And it's gonna be matte. I don't know if I told you that at the beginning or not. That's no big deal. You can, if you don't want it matte, you can spray it with a clear spray, or you can use a brush on. I would use a clear spray, just so you don't have the brush strokes or markings. But oh, let me tell you, that Resiners red, oh, that's a perfect color for a holly berry and leaf. Look at that. The red is awesome. Okay, here we go, guys. I hope the white turned out white and you can see the skin tone and the hat. Sort of a little nervous about this one. As far as it being cured, it is cured good. Okay. Oh, that turned pink. Why did that? Oh, that didn't though. That's white. The skin tone is awesome. That's okay. Well, we can take care of that. The red is really, but why did that turn pink? That bled through the white that I put down, evidently. But the skin tone is so cool. You could really tell. But this is that is no problem. Because all you have to do is take some white. Yep, all you have to do. And I'm going to do that over here. And let me see, my paintbrushes are not. Those are, oh, here's my paintbrushes. That's the one I want. That is not white enough. I need a white wipe. Okay. That'll work, I think. I don't want a dry brush. I want to get it all white, so. Okay. Get my The skin color just turned out so nice, and so did the red. Of course, I should have wiped that off as soon as it got on there, but nope. Okay. I wonder. Oh, I like that. I like that too, but whoop. Okay, I think I'm going to attach that to that. I like the holly on there because it gives it a different oh no. Okay, I don't know what happened. Oh, it's still filming. Oh, great. It went dark. I got the cord out. Oh, wow, I don't think that'll ever happen again. Okay. I don't know if you saw this, but I really like the holly on the hat. And then, of course, we do need to do his eyes. Santa's eyes. What color is his eyes? Blue? Maybe a light blue. Okay, let me just do all of it white first and then go back in. Wow, I cannot believe. Oh, I hope I didn't say what I was thinking when I saw oh, that would be bad. He looks like he's got makeup on. I didn't want black. I was trying to get brown in there, but well, that might work though, actually. Okay. Blue out again. Okay. And then okay, and I think what I'll probably do is spray this once it dries good. And I am going to have to trim it off. Of course, y'all know I do not like this deburring tool. But I'm just going to do it real lightly. There's not much that needs to come off. These molds are really great in that regard. I mean, they're not cheap molds, okay? But you get what you pay for. They're easier to work with. It's less cleanup. You get more detail. It's just a better mold. And once I spray it, I think I'm going to put an antiquing wax on it to get down in all the details. Because right now you're not seeing all the details, and that's what makes it just pop. But I love the skin tone. I think the skin tone came out wonderful. And I've got it for quite a few Santa Clauses. So, and I love the red. And I like the holly. Now, I don't know. I may just go that route. I think that's the route that I'll go. And I'll just have this left over for another one or something. I don't know. But that's so... I love the mold. And I knew I would. And that's the reason why I decided to go ahead and get it. Okay. So I'm going to put all the stuff that we made on here, but I want to get it all wiped down first. And this is just a baby wipe, y'all. Okay. That's gonna go there. Those are just so, yeah, that one's almost, that's hanging on by a loose thread. But just look at how they sparkle. And that is Resiners. Let me see if I can get it up closer. All the way. Just so you can see the clarity and the, that's just clear, nothing in it. Resiners Epoxy Resin. You saw how thin it was. It's the thinnest resin, epoxy resin, I've ever seen. I did debubble this for 5 minutes in Resiners debubbler. There were a few. You're always going to get a couple of bubbles when you pour, but oh, the clarity is, I'm very impressed. That's the back side. And then that's the front of the turtle. That turned out really nice. And then the Santa Claus. Of course, it is matte. You can make it shiny if you want to. I am going to spray it, and then I'm going to put antiquing glaze. And oh, we cannot forget these. Oh, we cannot. That. And let me see if it's dry enough to buff it out. Let me just show you this real quick. We'll move over here, and we're up close, right? I don't know if you can tell. Oh, this is just, oh, I love this stuff. Look at the detail in that. That looks like metal, straight up metal, y'all. It's not. It's 10-minute cure polyurethane resin, which has got a higher heat resistant than epoxy resin, by the way. Epoxy resin, if it gets hot enough, will turn soft. Once it cures, it does not. Okay, let's try this one. And that's why they call this rub and buff, y'all. I grew up with rub and buff. It's been around since I've been around. My mom used to use rub and buff. I don't know if you can see the sheen, but it definitely does buff up. Which I'm not a fan of the chrome powders done this way. Now I think the chrome powders are probably great put in resin, but as using as a mica on the mold, I don't know. Now this is the one that I really wanted, the gold, and I do like the gold. And I still like the gold on there. But you see all the little, it does look old. The mold is made to look that way. And I absolutely love these. And here's the next one. This one I'm not too sure about. That's the one that I've put. That one's okay. This is, I think, my favorite one right here. I love that design, and I think I would love this color on that. And this is one that I did in the black. Is that not one? Yeah, this is the one that I did with the black mica powder before I poured it. Yeah, I really, really, really look at the little cracks and stuff. Oh, it's so detailed. I really, really like that one. And I really like this one too. And this was a silver one. I mean, look at the detail. These are awesome. And that's the last one. And I don't think I did much with this one. I think all I did with this one was put close to the same color that was already on there. And these two, I have not done anything with them yet. That's the difference. You can see what it looks like when you put something with it versus what it looks like without. This is most definitely the way to do it. Okay, I'm going to bring it back out. Boom. So you can see. And let's go up one. And that way you can see everything, I think. Yeah, I'm still playing with this, y'all. Those three are my favorite. And then this one. Those two are my least favorite. This is so cool. Alrighty, I have succeeded in making a 3-hour and 49-minute video. I was gonna do the mold, but since it's already so long, that will just have to wait for another video. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed doing all this. As always, thank you so very much for being so supportive. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I am going to ask you to hit that like, thumbs up button, the hype button, which if you scroll past the like button a little ways, you'll see the new button that says hype. That really helps out a lot. And if you've not subscribed, I would love for you to do so. The Facebook group, I'll put a link to that in my pinned comment. That way it would be easier to find. I will also put a link, even though I paid for it myself. If you want this, I'll put a link for that on the Amazon. If you're interested in the IOD mold, there are so many retailers for IOD. I suggest you go to Etsy and look under IOD molds and go to whoever is closest to you. So you're shipping, some offer free shipping, but it would be hard for me to put a link in because there's so many. This is called I think it's the Conservatory labels. Let me double check. It's the one that I had wanted. Yes, Conservatory labels. That mold right there is the Conservatory labels, the Santa Claus one, and this is brand new. This was out this year. It's called Saint Nick, and they're IOD Iron Orchard Design molds. If you're interested in that, and Etsy is the place to get those, unless you have a local retailer. And of course, this is the Into Resin molds, and I've got a link and a discount to code for that. That's in all my videos under the description box. I can put the link for that also in my pinned comment if that helps a little bit. And as always, if you have a question, please let me know, and I will do my best to answer them. If you want the link for the Resiners Epoxy Resin kit that I got, message me. Put it in the comments. I'm not going to put a link to that until I can get a hold of Resiners and find out why there was no instruction, because I'm not okay with that. But if you ask me for it, I'll send it to you. But I'm not going to post it on there until I find out what's going on with the instructions. And of course the GS3 curing machine and the UV resin lamp that I love. I absolutely love that lamp. I think that's $45.99. The link for that and the coupon is also in the description box, along with I think I even put the dual head mixer, even though I paid for it, because they're great products. And so I put a link for those in there. And if there's something I'm using and you'd like a link to and it's not on there, just holler at me and let me know, and I'll send it to you. That's not a big deal at all. Okay, I love this mat too. You see how clean everything this is wonderful. This is just right up my alley right here. Okay, once again, I'm going to stop jabbering. Sorry, I have never used that word. I think I'm going to stop using that word because I really don't like that word. But I'm going to stop for tonight, even though I'm really excited and I want to do so much more. I'm going to stop. And I think our next video is going to be on the craft bonder. Why did I just say that? Bond crafter. I want to call them craft bonders. I've done that from day one. I don't think I've accidentally said it out loud, but in my mind, I say it every time. Bond crafter, fast cure resin, which is, a 4-hour resin. I really want to see how that performs, and I'm really excited about trying that. And then of course when the 1-hour resin comes in, we'll be doing that. But I think tomorrow we're going to do the Bond Crafter 4-hour fast resin, and then I think we'll go ahead and do the little fossil mold too, which will be a lot of fun. Dan has to work this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, and so I will be down here playing around and having fun, and of course I'll bring you with me like always. Thank you again so much. I hope y'all have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.